Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are officially at the halfway point of the CASCAR season here at St. Croix Speedway. Essentially, it is a pretty big track. Oh, almost a mile? I mean, it feels like almost a mile just looking at the qualifying. It was crazy. Here's the top 5 in points tonight is coming into this. Cameron is still your points leader, but now only 9 points ahead of LP Dumoulin, and Gary Clue got up to 3rd. So yeah, it is still really close, especially if you look at the rest of the top 10 standings from the end of the last race. And well, without further ado, here's starting lineup is LP Dumoulin is up on the pole alongside Kevin Lacroix, and Matthew Kingsbury alongside Sarah Thorne. Then behind them in row 3 is Dexter Stacy, still running in place of Jason Hathaway alongside JP Bergeron. That's his best qualifying so far, I think. It feels like it, at least. His teammate Thomas Neville alongside Kyle Steckley. Then we have points leader Emily Cameron alongside Malcolm Strahan. Then row 6 we have Steve Cote alongside Brandon McFarlane making another start for Josh Collins Racing. And we have Andrew Ranger alongside Gary Clue. Okay, Rick Ware teammates in row 7. Look at that. Row 8, sorry, is Danny Chisholm. They got his first start in a while, feels like, alongside Alice Bay. Then we got Trayton Lapsovich alongside his brother Caden. Look at that. Younger ahead of older. Then we have Emma Bolkin alongside, yeah, that is Riley Herbst. As I forgot to mention, DJ Kennington did get hurt from the last time out in Montmagny, and now has Riley Herbst in his place. And Rafael Lazar and Alex Tagliani. I mean, like, basically, Riley Herbst has been scheduled to drive part-time for a team anyway, so it kind of fits as Mark Dilley rounds up the field. Let's get to the action. Alright, guys, as we are about to go green here, about a minute or so. Yeah, like I said before, 25 cars, 30 laps. Halfway is going to be lap 15. Let's see how they do here. Matthew Kingsbury is right there in row 2. And they go green flag. That's a Dodge rows 1 and 2. And Lacroix, washes out already. So is Sarah Thorne, the 08 car for DJ Kennington Racing. That's the car that Riley Herbst has been running, but under the number 28. So, see how that turns out for him. And yeah, this track is surprisingly fast. I don't know what they added to it, man, but it's been working out. And Matthew Kingsbury, as I mentioned, oddly enough, this dude's been in the top 10 in points. I mean, I've never really mentioned the guy outside of the starting grid, I feel like. Outside of starting grid, I feel like I've never really talked about the guy. Because he's never necessarily there. But he seems to be doing good enough in his runs to be run in the top 10. I think he's in the top 10. I could be wrong on that. I don't have the notes on me as I'm doing this. I gotta improve on that. I see he's currently running second. No, he's up in first now. Sorry, he just got... Or no, oh my gosh, I got confused. Yeah, he is in first. As he just got past LP Dumoulin, who needs a good points day here. Especially since Mark Antoine Cameron is starting deep in the field. Like, Cameron's got to really get it going if he wants any shot. Especially when, at this pace, it looks like LP Dumoulin, he could potentially pass him again. And let us also shout out Kyle Steckley, who had a rough time in his debut at Rookie Raceway for Rhett Jones Racing, which is a 2-car operation between him and Ray Morneau in the 35, who is not here for this race. He was here last time out. So see how that goes for him. Then we also shout Trayton Lapsovich, who's had my goodness, Trayton's had a really rough season when you think about it. But at the end of the day, let's see if he could pick it up, because this kid, he's got a lot of talent, a lot of speed. Just hasn't been able to. He has a rough time trying to show it in the CASCAR season here. And they were like almost 4 wide back there, or like 3 wide. Oh, they're somewhat 3 wide in the middle of the corner. I don't know how they made that work, but they did. As Gary Clue, Andrew Ranger's teammate, this guy won, I think, not last time out, he won Rookie Raceway. That's, pretty impressive. And like he's been starting to get on the rise a bit, as we can tell. Been getting good finishes, or he managed to finish good at Montmagny as well. Another one to mention is Rafael Lazar, who's 5th in points coming into this. Like, this guy, his season's been interesting to say the least, especially after that rough tumble at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. I'm surprised he wasn't injured from that, especially given the injuries we've been getting these past 2 races. I'm surprised Lazar wasn't injured from his crash, because that was brutal. I think it was Dion Vier and Corsal who were a part of that crash. as I see Amber Balkan there. And yeah, so Andrew Ranger, they're starting to spread out now. So yeah, they're starting to spread things out. So it looks like not much chaos will happen unless some sort of weird tire failure happens in front of somebody, which I doubt will happen. These guys barely have to pit anyways. Like, they will pit if a caution comes out, for some assurance there. But other than that, they'll rarely pit like under green if the race pans out caution free. Or maybe they might once, but I don't know. Depends on how much they push the envelope. As Kevin Croix, I think he's starting to gain a bit. I think he's up to 6 now. This race is just breezing by the way, like no problem. Just breezing by. We're already at lap 11. Would you look at it? Yeah, this race is going like fast. As Gary Clue we see there. Seems to be he's running outside top 10. But he could improve on it here. I have to wait and see. But he is just wow. As Rafael Sard, is that Thomas and Neveu? No, that's Strahan. I mixed up Strahan and Neveu. I don't know why. Maybe it's the red in front. Both being Fords. I guess I confuse it. But yeah, Steve Cote, who I think this is his 3rd straight race this season. I don't know how many more starts he's making, but it's going to be limited from what I heard. And they are just really spread out. Well, somewhat. Some guys are washing out in turns 3 and 4 a bit. They're drifting out, as you can see. Which hopefully doesn't mess them up too much. And it's Donald Teague. Might as well mention him right quick. Dude running his own team, his own operations. He owns his own dealer, essentially. Or his own dealers. I don't know the details on that, but basically it has his name on it. And basically that's what's funding his efforts, his part-time efforts. I don't know if he will be going full-time anytime soon. Who knows? You never know with these guys. But, it'd be interesting to see. This guy's business funding funding his team and everything. So props to him. Matthew Kingsbury has been leading pretty much. I think, well, I don't know if he led every lap, but Kingsbury basically at some point took over a lead from LP Dumoulin and has not fumbled since. And now, you have Thomas Neveu up as a 2nd. Props to him because his season, by the way, I gotta mention, I thought Neveu's season was terrible. It felt like it. But he's actually almost cracking top 10, I think. Again, I'm just going off memory with this. And there's the halfway points right there. Kingsbury, Neveu, Dumoulin, Cameron. Oh, Cameron got up to 4th. I didn't even realize that. So Cameron, I said he started deep in the field. Well, or at least it felt like he started deep in the field. I might have been wrong on that too. But assuming he was, that was a crazy effort by Cameron to get up to front, man. He knows what's at stake. He's trying to keep that points lead going. And now he's up to 4th. So even though they're still really spread out, there's still some moves made there. And now we're shouting out Simon Charbonneau, who runs, I think he runs Nissan Sentras in Quebec. I don't know too much about them, but they're mainly road course ringers. They mainly run road courses, so I don't know what they're doing here. I guess they wanted to be a part of something here. I guess because it's still Quebec. Maybe that's the case. I don't know. They weren't in Montmagny, so I don't know what the excuse would be. So, I don't know. But regardless, they're here, so it's still a pretty big field to say the least. I mean, 25. Well, 25 is actually 25 is a pretty big field compared to what we usually get in these CASCAR races. 25 is up there as a high number, I assume. As LP Dumoulin, man, he does not, Dumoulin is still running 3rd, which is alright. But the last thing he needs is Cameron, and Cameron's about to pass him. That doesn't help him either. Now Cameron is actually actively on the inside, and oh boy, he closed the door on him. Just in time. I was about to say, Cameron's getting a run, man. Cameron's figuring it out. LP Dumoulin and Mark Antoine Cameron, especially when Mark Antoine Cameron has the advantage of actually winning a race. It's LP Dumoulin, I don't know, LP Dumoulin, he's got good finishes, though. I'm trying to remember if LP Dumoulin still got top 10 at Ricky, because I know he still somehow got the top 10 or top 15 at Ricky, despite being involved in the big crashes. I thought Dumoulin's, potential hopes for, the points lead that day would have been over. It's not. And, they drifted wide. And Kingsbury, pit cycles. Okay, so I was right. They couldn't really stretch it out. So I guess they're going to pit once if possible. Kingsbury, the leader, now pitting. Let's see, he's the only guy to pit. Oh, there's smoke back there. What on earth? What is going on? There's a caution. I think isn't Neveu involved, or is that Strahan? I'm mixing the two up again. I think JP Bergeron has something to do with it. I think Neveu has damage. Maybe? Unless, no. No, I think he's the leader coming out pit road. And, oh, Simon Charbonneau! Or Simon Charbonneau says he's French. I don't know, you can say how you want. I just try to say it French as much as possible. And Brandon McFarlane with damage as well. What on earth happened? We're going to see in a minute. At least I hope. Oh my gosh. Apparently, okay, so apparently showing Sarah Thorne and JP Bergeron. And, oh, she went wide, smacked the wall. And then, oh my gosh! And McFarlane! Good lord! Sarah Thorne upside down in the fence! Oh my goodness! Oh no! And we're gonna slow-mo. She drove out wide out 4, smacks the wall hard, down into JP, they go sliding. Into that little nut. Oh my goodness! And Chisholm barely gets by. McFarlane, jeez! And Charbonneau just piles into McFarlane. I guess they thought they would be in the clear somewhat. Maybe they thought they could get by, barely get by, just like Chisholm did, but it didn't work. That really sucks for him. She drove wide, oh my gosh. And he just gets deflected off like that. And Sarah Thorne, not only did she go flying, she gets hit again. And there's Charbonneau's view, see what happened. Yeah, a crash already happened in front of them. And they're already going, yeah, they basically would have been in the clear. Like, what do you do at that point? What do you do at that point? Here's JP Bergeron's view. Oh, Lord help us. Goes, oh my gosh. That is brutal, man. Okay, so I'm still kind of shaking from what just went down there. We got a race to finish here. So I'm going to restart 3 to go. Kingsbury somehow still in the lead. I guess everyone else decided to pit under that caution, which to be fair, might as well pit then and now, or I don't know. Or I think some of it pitted. From what I heard, only a few of these guys pitted. For some reason. I guess the others thought they could stretch it out. Kingsbury is still the leader. Still no update on Sarah Thorne. JP is alert at least, from what I've heard. Surprisingly. It looked like he got the worst of it, but then again, Thorne went flipping around. Thorne's car cartwheeled and then got slammed by McFarlane. McFarlane is somehow okay, by the way. I don't know how. Dude got up and left the car. McFarlane just got up and left the car. I don't know how. I'm surprised. That's a durable window. I gotta tell you. And, I guess they couldn't stretch it out. They weren't able to. Now we're getting lapped. And final lap, Kingsbury in the lead. Way in the lead. Where is everyone else? And, oh my gosh. You gotta be kidding me. Strahan in another crash. Okay, so now it actually is Strahan in trouble. Oh my goodness, man. Chisholm and a lot of guys are pitting at this point. Herbst's pitting. I don't know what happened with pit cycles here, but essentially, yeah. A bunch of these guys got lapped because I guess they couldn't stretch it out. So basically, half the field has underestimated their fuel at the end. Fuel or tires, or mainly fuel. And just like that, Matthew Kingsbury driving for Duro King Autosport. He's your winner here at St. Croix. Pretty dominant effort, too. I didn't think he managed. And Ranger, okay, slow down, buddy. Slow down, Ranger. Race is over. Race is over. But yeah, props to him. And what was this race, man? I'm telling you. And oh my gosh, the same thing Thorne did. As a bunch of guys were pitting. Okay, so it wasn't as bad as Thorne at all, but still. Or not as bad as Bergeron at all, but still. That was brutal. We need a review of that. I need a replay. What was this? It goes wide. Strahan nowhere to go. Strahan just keeps getting. What the? LeBay just went through like nothing. So did Kane Lapswich. We got a slow-mo for this too, thank goodness. Yeah, the exact same thing Thorne did. Kane Lapswich somehow thread the needle perfectly. LeBay might have gotten some rear damage, but it's kind of hard to tell. But regardless, he kind of did the same thing. How did he manage that? That's an accomplishment. And oh my gosh, poor Strahan, man. Jeez. That's a hard hit for Strahan. And now look at Kane Lapsevich he'd go through. Dude threads Lino like nothing. Look at that. Massive that's some skill right there from Kane Lapsevich. Nice. Keeping that car clean for 22 Racing. Alright, now here we go, ladies and gentlemen, with the results of this race. Congrats to Matthew Kingsbury for the win. And yeah, Kane Lapsevich round up second after all that chaos. Alex LeBay. So yeah, that's why. So a bunch of guys in like second to like whatever wound up, I guess they just couldn't stretch, I guess they didn't pair or something. I don't know what happened with pit cycle there. But yeah, Lassard 4th, Cal Steckley 5th. This top 10 is ridiculous. Andrew Ranger 7th at least. Leville wound up 8th at the end of the day. Doolin 9th, Cameron 11th. Steckley in 10th. So like, these results man, are crazy. Poor Strahan cannot catch a break. Still no up down. Actually no. I'm hearing up. Thorne is getting airlifted to the hospital. And M.A. Cameron is now only 6 points behind, ahead of Dumoulin. So LB Dumoulin is slowly but surely eating away at the lead. Gary Clue lost a lot of points fighting on the 6th. JP Bergeron is already having a rough season, down to 15th. And my goodness, man. Kennington on the 16th because from missing these races. Hathaway down to 18th. You see a points difference between them too, man. It's not good for him. And Dexter Stacy moving up pretty quickly. He's been getting some pretty good finishes, and this is only his second start. Just think about that for a moment. Herbson 29th though. And Michael Gowdy is only around like one race, which is why he's dead last. But it is what it is. He might make another start. I think he's only doing road courses, but I could be wrong on that. Anyways, that's about it showing the points standings. Your next race is going to be at Race City. Going out west for the first time this season. And for now, that will be it from here.